Well, ladies and gents, we've got another one I really have no idea what to do with. So let's just jump in and take a look. Now, this one is called the 424 MC Abierto Positiva. What is it? Contrapresión. So basically, open, positive, and kind of back pressure is what I've learned it to be. Now, the thing is, I don't see a 424. I see a 343. But not a 4-2-4 here. MC being the midfield, I'm going to assume. Abierto Positiva, you got balance instead of positive. You got Abierto open, sure. And then the back pressure, we'll figure that out as we go along and take a little bit deeper of a dive into the tactic itself later on in the video. But I don't understand the 4-2-4. I don't understand the positive. So let's just jump in and see what happens. We're going to test it out as usual, though, with our three teams in a holiday sim of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So let's just dive into the Premier League and get this thing started. Now, again, this one doesn't have a description. It has no screenshot. So someone created it, put it up there. It could have been for a specific team. It could have been for a specific coach or player. It could have been just their team that they chose and they created this tactic. It worked really well for them. And maybe they even accidentally hit the publish. I don't know. But it is a public tactic that I can download and everyone can download. So I'm checking it out and we'll see what happens. But Liverpool in fourth place with 76 points is definitely lower than usual, as is their 70 goals. Aston Villa all the way down in 10th, only 47 points, 52 goals. Wow. And as I'm always going to say, this has nothing to do with the tactic itself or the tactic maker or anything like this. If a tactic doesn't work here, that doesn't really mean a whole lot when you play it differently, when you play it with another team, when you play in another league, when you, are able to do your own changes, match outs, training, transfers, things like that. You can always pick up this type of tactic in your team and how it uses it and all of that. Here, so far in the Premier League, at least, it has not worked. But you do get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals for Liverpool against Tottenham, losing out 0-3. You get to the semifinals of the FA Cup 0-1 against Manchester City. So in the domestic cups, at least, it kind of worked a little here and there. And here you go. You do pick up a trophy in the Europa League 4-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen. Very well done there. So all in all, you do come away with a trophy, a semifinal berth in the FA Cup, quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, man. But the fourth place in the Premier League definitely could be brought up quite a bit. They definitely have some green, so it's nice to see at least. Goals, 19 for Salah, 17 for Jota and McAllister. Assists, 17 for Trent. Kostas Tsimikas with 12. And average rating, Salah with a 7.24. Only played 27 matches, though. Yeah, Salah was out for 5 months. Robertson was out for 3 months. 7 months for Connor Bradley. That kind of hurts. Aston Villa's domestic cup run out in the Carabao Cup semifinals in the second leg against Newcastle, unfortunately 0-3, but FA Cup quarterfinals 2-4 loss to Norwich. Only sadly getting as far as the Europa Conference League quarterfinals, losing out to Eintracht Frankfurt. So yeah, this was definitely a worse season for Aston Villa, no question. But I mean, still, semifinals of the Carabao Cup, quarterfinals of both the Europa Conference League and the FA Cup, there's some positives. And about an average sea of green there for them, unfortunately. But goals, 13 for Diaby and Zaniolo apiece. Assists, 10 for Alex Moreno and Matty Cash. And then average rating, Boubacar Kamara gets a 7.10. Data hub for both teams. Liverpool, yeah, not through and through attacking like you really basically need to see. Defensively, they look very interesting, though. Goals per game, only 1.84. Definitely low for them. 0.76 conceded, 0.72 XG against. It's a bit lower than usual. Aston Villa, yeah, that kind of hurts. It says they're good defensively. I mean, they've got the shutouts, they've got the possession, but I mean, there's a lot of numbers that are very much down. Attacking, I'm not even going to touch attacking. There's no question they're down on that. 1.37 goals per game, fewer than Premier League average. 1.32 conceded, 1.22 XG against. And yep, we are back here on this screen for the Premier League stats. Liverpool in fourth with 2 flat points per game. Aston Villa all the way down in 10th with 1.24. But on to the rest of the Premier League stats. Most goals, Liverpool in 5th with 70. Fewest shots against, Liverpool in 2nd with 250. Villa all the way down in 7th, 337. Most possession, 55% for Liverpool. Most dribbles made, 5th place for Liverpool, 654. Fewest conceded, Liverpool with 29. Villa with 50. Most shutouts, Liverpool 17, Villa with only 12. Best pass completion, 90% for both, and most shots for Liverpool in 4th with 548, and Villa all the way down in 8th with 429. But with the Premier League having gone the way it went, Championship's got to follow suit, right? Well, I mean, Ipswich coming in 2nd place with automatic promotion, no need for a playoff. Very well done, and well above Southampton in 3rd. So yeah, that's not always a shocker, but it's nice to see that they actually get 1st or 2nd. But domestic cups out in the Carabao Cup 4th round, 0-1 to Newcastle, and out in the FA Cup 4th round against Chelsea, 1-3. So overall, average on the FA Cup, Carabao Cup fronts, but very well done in the Championship. Love to see them in 1st, but you're only 3 points off. I think you possibly could pick that up if you took control of this and did all of your own things yourself. So definitely take a look. Squad-wise, again, average sea of green. I'm not expecting too much right now. 18 goals, though, for Connor Chaplin, 11 for Hurst, assist 24 for Wes Burns. Leif Davis only with 18, but average rating Wes Burns with a 7.54. Very well done. Championship stats, 2.13 points per game in 2nd place. Most goals in 4th with 85. Fewer shots against in 2nd with 299, but most possession in 7th with a 54%. Most dribbles made in 8th with 754. Fewest conceded in 2nd with 35. Most shutouts in 2nd with 20. Best pass completion in 5th place with 90%. And most shots for in 4th with 575. And now, as we go onto the tactic itself, let's take a deeper dive and see how this can become a 4-2-4. I'm not really sure, but we start with a goalkeeper in defend, wide center backs on the left and the right in support, with a central defender in defend in the center, wing back in support on the left with a Segunda Volante in support next to a Regista in support, next to a complete wing back in support, an attacking midfielder in attack next to an advanced playmaker in support with an advanced forward in attack up front. Now, it does say Positiva. I'm not really sure if my Spanish translation there, my skills are completely off, but to me, that's positive. We are playing with a balanced mentality. I'm not really sure what happened on that front, so definitely, if you know what's going on, let me know a little bit more in depth. But in possession, attacking with his fairly narrow approach play is pass into space, focus play through the middle, play out of defense, passing directness is shorter, tempo is slightly higher, mixed crosses, hit early crosses, in transition, counter press, counter, and distribute to the center backs. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, and step up more. So now, how did it do for our 3 teams overall? Well, I mean, Ipswich Town doing a pretty good job here. So maybe the tactic was just made for a lower team, maybe in the Championship and below. I don't know. Again, there's no information, so I can't really glean too much of how they used it, why they created it, things like that. But our Premier League teams really saw the brunt of the problems. Liverpool, yeah, they got 4th place, but 76 points is not great. Neither is 70 goals for them. Aston Villa in 10th is woeful. So definitely keep this in mind as you're possibly trying this out or trying something similar out. I mean, it worked for Ipswich Town very well. Here, not so much. Have you tried it? Let us know how it worked for you in the comments below. But here, yeah, it definitely has some issues that need to be overcome. But that's it for me, Savvy FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.